Hello everyone. So I wanted to show you this because so many times I've told my students, like, stick with something you start painting and it kind of looks like a hot mess. So this flower right here that I think actually turned out relatively good. I like the colors, I like the shape, but when I started this, I was like, oh my gosh, what a mess. And I just stuck with it. So that's kind of my point today is, when you start painting something, let me grab a brush here. We're gonna go with, out of my subscription box, let's just go with the filbert here. So this is one from my subscription box. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. I think it's open for, this is July 8th. It's open for maybe 15 more days. And then they'll close the pre-order and they'll start making them and they'll ship in the fall of 2025. But anyway, so this is a filbert. It's pretty snappy. I do have some soft ones in there I'll be sharing as well. And this is just artisto paper. So let me just show you. So many times I will just sit down and literally I throw paint on paper. Today I just found this in my drawer. I'm like, let's play with that a bit. So I'm gonna play with that a bit and kind of show you how I came to this, which actually I just stuck with it, like I said, and it turned out to be pretty good. So let's do that now. I'm using my Paul Rubens, my Langs. If you follow me, you know I love these. And for beginners, I don't want to touch them now, but they're hard. So when you go to paint with them, just give them a little spritz. And I always mention this, but like, look at the colors in this. For me, this has every color I want. Always so frustrating for me when I buy a new palette and it has a couple colors I like, but it has several I don't, and then I end up having to pull out a couple different tins. So I love the Paul Rubens selection of colors, and they're just so creamy and vibrant, and yet I can get really light and transparent. This is all with this Mylang palette. So this is the red violet. I love that color. I especially love it mixed with the cad yellow, and that's what we're going to kind of do today. And this is the artisto paper, but if you're not in the US, you can use the Meeden, which I also love. All right, what I'm gonna start first by doing is I just dunked my brush, scraped it off on the side of my water dish, and I'm just going to go in and kind of wet my paper. So just kind of laying that down. Don't necessarily, and I'm getting this pretty wet. As you know, I normally am a fan of, not getting so wet and more damp, but this time I'm kind of going in with everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down in here. I really like that red violet color. There it is. And I'm just gonna go in with my brush about 2 o'clock. Ooh, that's some wet and wet there, girls and boys, as my teacher used to tell me. She used to call us girls and boys, which at the time I thought was annoying. Now I'd love to be called a girl. Okay, so at this point here, like, that's pretty. But what I'm gonna do is I just started playing with this little palette knife, which isn't really for watercolors per se, and started kind of flicking and rubbing. And, sometimes when I get to this point, I'm like, oh boy, that is kind of a hot mess, as I like to say. But, like, play with it. Just see what you come up with. At this point here, let's just rinse my brush and add in, I love brown with these type of colors, my flower colors. So I'm just gonna go in, turning my brush. This is a filbert on its side. And gold would be really pretty as well. And I mean, I'm not doing, matter of fact, while I'm painting this with you, this could turn out to be another total hot mess. But I'm okay with that. I don't mind, because I think it's really worthwhile to play. And that was really what I wanted to show you here is, you know, I make hot messes too. Sometimes I stick with them. Other times I'm kind of like, oh boy, that's a bad one. So to get that thin line with my filbert, I'm holding my brush sideways and I'm kind of going to go out and then turn it on its side. I don't know what kind of leaf that is. I think I'll tap in some dark. So there's a leaf. But really what I wanted to play with here is this fun coloring. So I think at this point, let's, you know, again, just move the paint, like flick it and see where it goes. I love doing that. And then I'm going to go in there, and if you overwork it, you know what? You overworked it and you start over something else. So I could do a one-stroke leaf, just like that. There you go. I could go in with some really dark on the underneath part. Give it a little like that, so it kind of looks like it might be turned over. And then let's go into this again with a little bit of yellow. So again, you know, be careful here, Deb. I'm talking to myself because this could go wonky. And then once I lay this down, so I'm just playing here. I have no idea what I'm really going to create, to be quite honest. I'm going very intuitively. And now let's pick this up and play with this. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you could do at night. Ooh, see, that's kind of cool. Like flatten out the palette knife. See what that does. But look at that. Like, isn't that pretty? I feel like I want some more things here. I mean, that is a cool flower. This just took me, what, maybe 10 minutes? And I mean, I could really kind of keep going in there, but I don't really want to. I think I haven't used my MABs in a while. Let's pull out the golden series and add a little gold in there. Actually, this could be perfect. I could stop right here and look at how fun. I would love, okay, here's a challenge for you guys. I'd love to see your hot messes on Patreon. And I bet you anything, when we all see them, so many of us are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I love it. Because I get a lot of paintings that come to me, I'm trying to use this side of my brush here, not my point, that say, oh my gosh, this just went awry, I don't know. And they post them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So post your hot messes. That's our challenge. Let's see, one of these golds, I haven't used these for a little bit, but let's see. Ooh, look at that. Now see, that may have just kind of ruined the whole thing, you guys. I don't care, to be honest. I really don't. Because now I'm gonna have two versions of this. So you saw my original one without the gold, and now I'm adding in some gold to see what it looks like. Maybe we need a little bit more of our red violet. Let's do that. Overwork it, you know? The normal thing is, oh, don't overwork your paintings. But you know what? When you're playing, it's your painting. You do what you want. And sometimes these truly are my best pieces. It's like, whoa, I am doing that again. So I'm just following leads, like what I'm kind of feeling here. I'm turning my brush and just kind of letting it do its thing. I've got layers going on here. I've got all kinds of stuff. Look at that. Whoa. Let's wash this brush real good. I want to get all that paint out. See how important it is when your brush feels clean? A lot of times it just isn't, guys. So always use a white cloth and, you know, really wash them. Now, how about if we play with this again? Ooh. And stop when it feels intuitively right. If it feels intuitively right, like I think I'm done, then you're done. And I think that's what I'm feeling now. But you know what? To be honest, I kind of like this. What do you think? All right, so I invite you all, hop on over to Patreon because we can't share pictures here. That's one of the reasons why I really kind of fell in love with Patreon, because we could hop over there and share our paintings, and I could see what you guys are doing. And I invite you to go 5 minutes, set your timer for 10 minutes, grab some weird tool, grab your metallics, grab something. I want you to make a hot mess, because I bet you anything you're gonna post it and we're gonna be like, wow, that is so cool. So I hope to see you over there. You can get a free membership and post in the community chat. Just go where you comment, look for the little, looks like a little mountain in a black square, push it, upload your picture. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what you guys do. And thanks for kind of playing with me. Remember, trust your brush, trust your intuition, trust your creative artist in you. If you're here and you're following me, you're an artist. All right, everybody, and I just want to show you kind of a close-up. Look how gorgeous that is. I didn't plan any of this before I hopped on. I just grabbed a few things and said, let's do it. All right, I will see you over there. If not, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. All right, happy painting, and remember, you are an artist.